Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff. Below, the drop is terrifying. Your heart pounds, your palms sweat, and every instinct screams to turn back. But somewhere deep within, there's a voice, a whisper, that says, jump, trust, fly. This is the paradox of fear. It can either imprison you or propel you to heights you never imagined. The difference lies in how your brain is wired to respond. Welcome to the Fearless Brain, How to Reprogram Your Mind for Courage, Action, and Breakthroughs, written and published by Mindful Literary. This book isn't just about understanding fear, it's about mastering it. It's about turning fear from an enemy into an ally, one that pushes you forward instead of holding you back. Most people think courage is the absence of fear. In reality, courage is the decision to move forward despite it. The fearless brain isn't a brain without fear. It's a brain that has been trained to act boldly regardless of it. In these pages, you'll discover the science of fear, what really happens in your brain when you feel threatened, and how to hack that process. The psychology of courage, how to build mental habits that turn fear into action. Rewiring techniques, practical methods based on neuroplasticity to reshape your thinking patterns. The power of action, why small, consistent steps are the key to transforming your mind and life. The role of community, how to surround yourself with people who inspire courage. Fear doesn't have to be the enemy. In fact, it can be the most powerful catalyst for growth, if you learn how to harness it. By the end of this book, you'll have a blueprint for transforming fear into a source of strength, clarity, and unshakable confidence. So if you're tired of feeling paralyzed by doubt, hesitation, and what-ifs, this book is your invitation to change that, one courageous step at a time. Are you ready to reprogram your mind for fearless living? Let's begin. Chapter 1. Understanding Fear and Its Roots. The Science of Fear. What happens in your brain? Fear is a fascinating and complex emotion that triggers a myriad of physiological processes in our bodies. When we experience fear, it can feel as though we're suddenly propelled into a fast-paced thriller. Our heart races, palms sweat, and pupils dilate. This intense reaction is primarily due to the fight-or-flight response, a survival mechanism that has been honed over millions of years. When faced with danger, the hypothalamus in the brain becomes the command center, sending signals to the adrenal glands to release adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones prepare us to either stand and fight or flee the situation at hand. As our heart pounds and our breath quickens, every sense sharpens, allowing us to react swiftly to threats. This response, while once essential for survival against predators, can often feel overwhelmingly inconvenient in today's world of deadlines and social pressures. Integral to this response is the amygdala, a small but mighty almond-shaped structure located deep within the brain's temporal lobes. Think of the amygdala as your very own alarm system, constantly scanning for signs of danger. Once it perceives a threat, it acts almost instantaneously, activating various brain circuits that result in that rush of fear. But the amygdala doesn't work alone. It collaborates with other brain structures, such as the prefrontal cortex, which helps you evaluate and understand the threat, and the hippocampus, which stores memories and informs you about past experiences with similar dangers. This intricate network of brain structures ensures that our responses are not just purely instinctual, but are informed by both emotional and cognitive processing, helping us navigate fear more effectively, assuming we can keep our wits about us. Understanding the science of fear can empower us, allowing us to harness its energy rather than be consumed by it. The next time you find yourself in a heart-pounding situation, take a moment to explore your response. Remind yourself that it stems from a deeply rooted survival mechanism, and consider employing techniques such as deep breathing or mindfulness to manage that rush of adrenaline. By recognizing the power of your brain and its response to fear, you can learn to channel it into something constructive rather than letting it spiral into chaos. Identifying personal fears, a deep dive. Reflecting on your fears can often feel like stepping into an emotional minefield. However, through guided exercises, you can uncover their origins, shining a light on the shadows that may have lurked in the corners of your mind for far too long. Start by finding a quiet space and giving yourself a moment to breathe deeply. Ask yourself, what am I truly afraid of? Is it a fear of failure, rejection, or perhaps the unknown? As you meditate on these questions, jot down whatever pops into your head without censorship. This initial volley of thoughts will begin to unravel the tapestry of your fears, revealing the underlying threads that hold them in place. Consider when you first experienced these fears. Were they born from a painful childhood experience, a challenging relationship, or perhaps a cultural narrative that shaped your beliefs? Digging into these memories can be uncomfortable, but it's a crucial part of the healing process. Remember, every fear has a story, and understanding that story can help you disarm its power over you. Allow yourself the grace to explore these origins, viewing them not as absolute truths, but as narratives that can be reframed or rewritten. Differentiating between rational and irrational fears is another vital step in this exploration. Rational fears are those that stem from real threats or dangers, like avoiding a dark alley at night or being cautious around sharp objects. They serve a purpose, keeping you safe and alert. However, irrational fears, or phobias, often have no basis in reality. For example, the fear of public speaking may lead someone to believe they're completely incapable of conveying an idea, even on a small stage or in front of friends. By recognizing the difference, you empower yourself to challenge those unrealistic fears. Ask yourself if your fear is preventing you from living your life fully. This is where the real magic happens. When you begin to confront your irrational fears, you can slowly start to diminish their hold. Engage in small acts of bravery. If you have a fear of small spaces, try spending just a minute in a closet. Celebrate each victory, no matter how small, and notice how your confidence begins to bloom. Identifying and understanding your fears is the first step toward transformation, acknowledging that they don't define who you are, but rather what you can overcome. Approach this journey with curiosity, and remember that fear, like any emotion, is a part of being beautifully human. The evolutionary purpose of fear, friend or foe. Fear has historically played a crucial role in our survival. Imagine our ancestors roaming the earth, burdened with the constant threat of predators and the perils of a wild environment. Fear was their alarm bell, alerting them to danger, triggering an immediate response to either fight or flee. This instinctual reaction, commonly known as the fight or flight response, was essential for avoiding life-threatening situations. When faced with a charging saber-toothed tiger or a lurking competitor, the rush of adrenaline transformed them into hyper-aware beings, capable of making split-second decisions that could mean the difference between life and death. It's easy to see how such visceral experiences shaped an evolutionary purpose for fear. In those days, fear wasn't just an emotion. It was a survival mechanism, finely tuned through millennia of human experience, guiding us towards safety and ensuring our species' continuity. Fast forward to the present, and the landscape of fear has shifted dramatically. While it still serves as a protective tool in many situations, there are countless modern contexts where fear can lead us astray. Today, we encounter fears that are less about life and death and more about social acceptance or personal failure. The fear of public speaking, the anxiety of career choices, or even the dread of being judged on social media can paralyze us. These fears can misguide our decisions, making us hesitant to seize opportunities or express our true selves. Rather than prompting us toward action, they often anchor us in stagnation, preventing growth and diminishing our life experiences. As we navigate through life, it's essential to discern which fears are genuine threats and which are merely shadows of our imagination, keeping us from pursuing our dreams. Finding balance is key. Understanding the historical significance of fear can empower us to harness it as a friend rather than allowing it to become our foe. An effective strategy is to regularly confront smaller fears in safe environments. Each victory over a trivial fear can bolster your confidence and help desensitize you to the more significant fears that may hold you back. Similar to how early humans adapted to danger by staying vigilant and learning from their fears, we too can evolve our relationship with fear. Embracing it, rather than avoiding it, allows us to transform fear from a crippling force into a catalyst for personal growth. Chapter 2: The Psychology of Courage. Defining courage, beyond the Hollywood hero. To step outside the shadow of Hollywood's glitzy portrayals of bravery is to discover a more profound and relatable definition of courage. We often picture a hero slaying dragons, saving the day with a spectacular explosion in the background, and clad in armor that sparkles just right. This larger-than-life depiction can sometimes overshadow the true essence of courage, a kind of courage that resides in everyday moments and decisions. Just consider the person who gathers the nerve to speak up against injustice in a meeting, or the friend who reaches out to someone in distress. These instances might lack the dramatic flair of a blockbuster film, yet they represent bravery in its purest form. Courage, in this light, becomes an unwavering commitment to doing what is right, even when the odds seem stacked against us. Acts of courage come in many shapes and sizes, often disguised as seemingly small gestures that ripple through the lives of others. Think about the quiet soul who comforts a stranger in sorrow. That moment may feel trivial, but it can be a lifeline, a beacon of hope in someone's darkest hour. Or consider a teacher who stays late to ensure every student understands a difficult lesson. Such gestures may not earn them a medal, but they undeniably transform lives. A simple act of kindness, a willingness to listen, or the resolve to be vulnerable in sharing one's struggles can echo louder than a heroic roar on the silver screen. These low-key acts of bravery weave together the fabric of community, proving that courage doesn't always demand a stage, but can flourish in the ordinary. Recognizing these subtler forms of bravery encourages us all to reflect on our own lives. Each day presents a myriad of opportunities for courage that often go unnoticed. Next time you find yourself hesitating, remember that embracing vulnerability, speaking your truth, or simply offering a hand can transform not just your life, but the lives of many around you. Seek those moments, and in doing so, you may just redefine what it means to be courageous for yourself and for others. The courage quotient, measuring your bravery. Assessing our own courage often feels like trying to touch the wind, fleeting and elusive. Fortunately, there are tools and quizzes designed to help you gauge your personal bravery levels. These assessments typically focus on various aspects of courage, whether it's the willingness to voice a differing opinion in a meeting, the resolve to stand up for someone being treated unfairly, or the sheer audacity to pursue a dream despite overwhelming odds. Think of these quizzes as mirrors that reflect not only your actions, but also your thoughts and feelings about courageous moments. They might include scenarios that prompt you to rate your reactions, or questions that ask you to recall times when you stepped outside your comfort zone. Answering them honestly can reveal surprising insights about how courageous you truly are and where you might like to grow. Just remember, there is no right or wrong answer. This is about understanding you. Courage is an abstract concept, wearing many faces and embodying numerous expressions. As you move through life, you'll notice that what seems incredibly brave to one person might appear mundane to another. Some wear their courage like a badge of honor, scaling mountains or speaking in front of crowds. Others display their bravery quietly, making difficult choices in personal relationships or advocating for themselves in everyday situations. Consider your own life and the people around you. Reflect on how their acts of bravery differ from yours. This variation is what makes courage so fascinating. Your bravery may manifest as helping a friend in need, while someone else's might mean tackling an entirely new career path. Recognizing these differences can not only enhance your understanding of your own courage, but also foster empathy toward others. Everyone has their battles, and some of them aren't fought on the grand stage. To deepen your understanding of courage, try keeping a journal of your brave moments. List instances where you felt fear but chose to act anyway, even in small ways. Over time, this reflective practice will illuminate the unique patterns of courage in your life. You might discover that you exhibit bravery in ways you had never acknowledged before. Whether it's making that tough phone call or simply sharing your thoughts in a group, each act is a step toward building your courage quotient. So go ahead and dive into those quizzes, shake hands with your inner fears, and celebrate the courage you find in both the grand gestures and the subtle shifts in your daily life. Stories of everyday courage, small acts, big impact. In the bustling life of a city, a woman named Maria noticed a stranger struggling to carry a heavy load of groceries. Instead of passing by, she paused, approached him, and offered to help. In that simple moment, Maria demonstrated an act of courage that belied the everyday grind of life. She wasn't scaling mountains or facing down formidable adversaries. She was embracing empathy, showing that courage comes in many forms, often unnoticed until it sparks a connection. The stranger, grateful for her kindness, shared a smile that brightened both their days. It is in these small yet profound moments that courage can be rediscovered, reminding us that every action, no matter how small, has the power to create ripples of change. These stories invite us to reflect on our own lives, encouraging us to embrace our capabilities to act courageously in seemingly mundane situations. Each anecdote serves as a reminder that we all have the potential to make a difference. Perhaps you've been in a position to support someone in need, or maybe you've chosen to stand up for what you believe in, even when it felt uncomfortable. These acts of courage, while they may seem trivial, resonate deeply and inspire those around us. When we recognize that courage doesn't always roar, but often whispers through quiet acts of kindness or honesty, we can find ways to step into our own power. We are reminded that every day offers us a multitude of opportunities to be brave, nudging us to acknowledge our potential and the impact we can have on each other's lives. Incorporating everyday courage into our lives can start with simple actions. Challenge yourself to speak up in a meeting when you have an idea, or check in with a friend who is having a tough time. These small gestures may seem insignificant in the grand scheme of life, but they are the seeds of courage that can bloom into something extraordinary. They remind us that courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it, one small act at a time. Recognizing and celebrating these moments not only uplifts your spirit, but also inspires others to draw upon their hidden reserves of courage, creating a collective wave of empowerment. So, the next time you find yourself in a position to help or speak your truth, remember that your courage can spur change in ways you may never fully see. Chapter 3: Rewiring Your Mindset. Neuroplasticity, the brain's superpower. Neuroplasticity is a fascinating ability of the brain to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. This adaptability means that no matter your age or previous experiences, your brain can change, grow, and learn, especially when it comes to overcoming fear. Fear is often rooted in our past experiences, embedded deep within our neural pathways. However, neuroplasticity opens the door to reshaping those pathways. By consciously practicing new responses to fear-inducing situations, we can create entirely new patterns of thought and reaction. Imagine your brain as a well-trodden path in a forest. Each time we weaken the fear response through positive experiences or exposure, we carve out a fresh path, making it easier to navigate the terrain of our fears in the future. The real-life applications of neuroplasticity in cultivating bravery are both inspiring and practical. Consider the tale of someone who has a crippling fear of speaking in public. With each small step, such as practicing in front of a mirror, speaking to a friend, or even participating in a community toast, they are effectively rewiring their brain. Each experience chips away at the fearful neural pathways and strengthens more confident ones. This process can lead not just to improved public speaking skills, but to a newfound sense of self-esteem. Whether it's exploring new adventures, tackling difficult conversations at work, or simply pursuing a hobby that once felt intimidating, neuroplasticity enables us to embrace challenges. So next time you find yourself feeling afraid, remember that just like muscles grow stronger with exercise, your bravery can expand and flourish through practice and perseverance. To harness the power of neuroplasticity in your own life, start small. Challenge your fears with manageable steps and celebrate even the tiniest victories. This not only rewires your brain, but also builds the confidence to tackle bigger challenges. The more you practice, the more you'll find that fear isn't as unconquerable as it seems. It might just turn out to be the very catalyst for your growth. Shifting paradigms, seeing challenges as opportunities. Reframing our thoughts around challenges can feel like learning a new language, but it's one of the most useful skills you can acquire. When faced with an obstacle, the immediate response might be frustration or fear, but what if you could turn that around? Techniques such as cognitive restructuring can help shift your perspective. Start by asking yourself questions that encourage a different viewpoint. What can I learn from this situation? How might this challenge open doors for me? By consciously deciding to look for the silver lining, you'll begin to see problems as puzzles waiting to be solved, rather than barriers blocking your path. This small shift in perspective can revolutionize the way you approach difficulties in everyday life. Consider how some of the most successful people have turned challenges into stepping stones. J.K. Rowling faced numerous rejections before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. Rather than allowing those setbacks to deter her, she used each rejection as fuel, motivating her to improve her story. When you encounter setbacks, remember that growth often occurs outside of your comfort zone. Instead of retreating, lean into the discomfort. Embrace failure as an opportunity to develop resilience and learn valuable lessons. Each challenge has the potential to build new skills, patience, creativity, and problem-solving, transforming you into a stronger, more adaptable version of yourself. The next time life throws a curveball your way, think of it as a chance to add another notch to your belt of experiences. One practical tip to implement reframing is to maintain a journal where you document your challenges and your responses to them. Write down not only the events, but also your feelings and thoughts about them. Once the dust has settled, revisit your entries and see if you can identify growth opportunities. You might be surprised at how much you've learned along the way. Finding a way to appreciate the rocky paths can lead you to discover new vistas of support, knowledge, and resilience that would have remained hidden had you not faced those initial hurdles. Daily practices for a courageous mindset. Integrating practical exercises into your daily routine can transform your mindset and help cultivate courage. One excellent exercise is to start each day with a brief moment of reflection. Spend 5 minutes focusing on what you're grateful for and what challenges you anticipate. This practice sets a positive tone and mentally prepares you for any hurdles. Additionally, consider adopting a mantra that resonates with courage, such as "I embrace fear as a stepping stone to growth." Repeating this mantra throughout your day, especially when faced with uncertainty, can anchor your determination. Journaling is another powerful tool. Dedicate time each evening to jot down moments where you displayed courage, no matter how small. This can range from voicing an opinion in a meeting to stepping out of your comfort zone socially. Writing these experiences down reinforces your capability to face challenges and reminds you of your growth over time. Consistency is crucial when it comes to these practices. The key is to weave them into your everyday life so they become second nature. Try setting reminders on your phone or marking specific times on your calendar to ensure you don't skip these moments of courage building. Maybe you choose to recite your mantra every morning during breakfast or dedicate Sunday evenings to journaling about your week's courageous moments. When you make these exercises habitual, you reinforce your courageous mindset, making it easier to tackle fears as they arise. Think of it this way. Just as you water a plant daily to help it flourish, you must nurture your courageous side regularly to see it thrive. You might notice that over time, challenges that once seemed daunting become less intimidating, and the confidence you build helps you take even bigger leaps. Remember, every effort counts, and even on days when you feel less motivated, showing up for yourself is an act of courage in itself. Aim for progress, not perfection. Some days may feel easier than others, and that's entirely normal. Ultimately, the goal is to cultivate a brave heart ready to explore new horizons. So, anchor your day in courage, even if it's just a small step, because every courageous action adds up to a stronger, braver you. Before you know it, you'll be celebrating not just the big victories, but also the small yet significant acts of bravery that shape a courageous mindset. Chapter 4. Action. The Antidote to Fear. The courage to act. Understanding resistance. Resistance can be like an uninvited guest at a party, showing up just when you're about to have fun. It often creeps in from various corners of our lives, manifesting in different forms, stalling our progress and halting action. One of the most common sources of this resistance is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, and fear of stepping out of our comfort zones can create a mental roadblock that's harder to navigate than a 5-lane highway in rush hour. Sometimes, it's the fear of taking on new responsibilities that stops us in our tracks. We often think we need to be perfectly ready before we act, but this myth can be stifling. Compare it to waiting for the rain to stop before stepping outside. Sometimes, you just have to get wet. Additionally, past experiences play a significant role. If someone has faced criticism or disappointment in the past, it can make them hesitant to try again. Our brains are wired to remember pain, and the instinct to avoid discomfort is powerful. Social factors also contribute to resistance. The voices of friends, family, or society can weigh heavily on our decision-making, causing us to suppress our desires and conform to expectations. When we let these influences dictate our actions, we often remain stuck, robbing ourselves of the chance to take that vital step toward change. Delving deeper into the psychological aspect of resistance brings us face to face with some intricate barriers that can inhibit our courage to act. One critical psychological barrier is self-doubt, a sneaky little voice that whispers, "Who do you think you are?" This voice can be disheartening, casting a shadow over our abilities and ultimately our actions. When self-doubt takes the wheel, it often leads us down a path of procrastination, where we put off important tasks until they become insurmountable. The flip side of self-doubt is perfectionism, which can paralyze even the most enthusiastic dreamers. The quest for perfection might sound noble, but it can turn our vision into an unattainable mirage. If we think we need to have every detail penned down perfectly before we make a move, we can quickly find ourselves perpetually stuck in the planning phase. Another psychological barrier is the comfort of the familiar. Change requires effort, and sometimes we choose the cozy confines of what we know over the unknown, even when the unknown promises exciting opportunities. This fear can be so powerful that it almost feels like an invisible chain, holding us back from potential joys and adventures. To overcome these barriers requires a considerable amount of self-awareness, a willingness to confront that inner critic and recognize that taking imperfect action is far better than taking none at all. The real challenge is showing up for yourself, even when the doubts swarm like bees around a picnic. Understanding resistance and the psychological barriers it creates is crucial in cultivating the courage to act. A practical tip for navigating these waters is to start small. Rather than trying to tackle your largest fears all at once, identify a tiny action you can take today that moves you closer to your goals. It could be as simple as writing down one idea, making a phone call, or saying yes to an invitation that scares you. These small steps contribute to building momentum, gradually wearing down the resistance that can feel so overwhelming at the start. Remember, it's not about the size of the action, but rather the bravery it takes to take that first step, regardless of how small it may seem. As you continue to challenge resistance, you'll find that your courage to act grows, making it easier to face larger challenges with the confidence that you can handle whatever life throws your way. From procrastination to action, a step-by-step guide. Procrastination can feel like a heavy fog, wrapping around your ambitions and suffocating any urge to take action. Beginning the journey from procrastination to action requires understanding the underlying reasons for your delays and developing a structured approach to overcoming them. Start by pinpointing your personal triggers. Is it fear of failure, perfectionism, or perhaps overwhelming tasks? Once you identify these culprits, you can create a roadmap. Break down larger projects into smaller, more manageable steps. This not only makes the tasks feel less daunting, but also gives you a sense of accomplishment with each small victory, building momentum as you progress. Set specific deadlines for these mini-tasks, saying goodbye to the vague, "I'll do it later" mindset. Instead, enforce a personal accountability system by teaming up with a friend or colleague who can check on your progress and keep you motivated. When it comes to setting attainable action goals, it helps to use the SMART criteria, focusing on goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Transform abstract intentions into concrete objectives by asking yourself what you want to achieve and why. Define clear criteria to measure your progress, and ensure your goals are realistic yet challenging enough to spur movement. For instance, instead of telling yourself, "I need to write that report," shift to, "I will write the introduction of the report by 3 p.m. today." This sharp focus heightens your awareness of the task, providing a clear vision of what needs to be accomplished within a certain time frame. Additionally, adding a bit of fun can significantly enhance your productivity. Gamify your tasks by rewarding yourself after completing small goals or creating mini challenges for yourself. Whether it's treating yourself to a favorite snack after finishing a difficult task or setting a timer to see how much you can accomplish in 15 minutes. These small joys can make the transition from procrastination to action feel less like a chore and more like an engaging game. Remember, the road to action is paved with consistency and creativity. Embrace the process and watch how quickly you can turn procrastination into productivity. The power of small steps, building momentum. Starting small is not just a strategy. It's a secret weapon in the journey to achieving greater goals. When we embark on a new task or challenge, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the enormity of what lies ahead. That's where the beauty of small steps comes in. Taking tiny, manageable actions allows us to build confidence gradually. Each step, no matter how little, gives us a moment to celebrate progress, no matter how modest. Think of it like planting a seed. First, you need to dig a small hole before the flower can bloom. By focusing on what you can do today, you cultivate a sense of accomplishment that fuels your motivation for bigger changes tomorrow. To keep track of your progress while taking these small yet courageous actions, consider creating a simple journal or using apps designed for goal tracking. Write down what you achieve, no matter how small, You might surprise yourself with how quickly steps add up. Use checklists or habit tracking tools to visualize your journey. Remember, every checkbox you mark is a mini victory. If you're more of a visual person, try a progress board. Add stickers, drawings, or any creative element that represents your achievements. These small victories accumulate like drops in a bucket, slowly filling it to the brim. When you can see how far you've come, it generates momentum that propels you forward into the next challenge. If you ever doubt the impact of your small steps, remember that even the grandest of skyscrapers were built brick by brick. Set yourself up for success by choosing specific, bite-sized tasks and sticking to them. Don't underestimate the power of momentum. It might start with a single tiny action, but over time, it can create an unstoppable force in your life. Whenever you feel stuck, reflect on your past small wins and let that energy reignite your passion for progress. Small steps aren't just a beginning. They are an essential part of sustaining momentum. Chapter 5. Breaking through limiting beliefs. Identifying limiting beliefs. What holds you back? Recognizing the limiting beliefs that hinder your courage can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. These beliefs are often deeply embedded in our psyche, masquerading as truths when in reality, they are just old stories we tell ourselves. They whisper insidiously that we aren't smart enough, brave enough, or deserving enough to pursue our dreams. Picture those moments when you hesitated to share an idea in a meeting or turned down an exciting opportunity because of fear. Each time, a limiting belief was at play, quietly undermining your potential. Identifying these invisible barriers requires a keen eye and a willingness to confront uncomfortable feelings. Start by reflecting on your fears and doubts. They may lead you to the core of these beliefs. Ask yourself, what am I afraid might happen if I fail? Or what's the worst that could come from stepping out of my comfort zone? These questions can help illuminate the shadows where limiting beliefs lurk. To unveil your personal limiting beliefs, consider engaging in some self-reflective exercises that invite honesty and courage. Try journaling for a week about your thoughts, feelings, and reactions to challenges or new opportunities. Focus on moments of hesitation or reluctance. What thoughts accompanied those feelings? Write them down, no matter how trivial they may seem. Another powerful exercise is visualization. Close your eyes and imagine your life if these beliefs didn't limit you. What would you do differently? Who would you be? This practice can reveal the stark contrast between your current state and your ideal self, making those beliefs feel less monumental. You can also talk to someone you trust about your goals and fears. Often, just verbalizing these thoughts can help you see how irrational or baseless they may truly be. You might even find that others share similar struggles, turning your experience into a shared journey of growth. As you delve deeper into identifying these limiting beliefs, embrace the idea that they do not define you. Instead, think of them as outdated software in need of an upgrade. Challenge your assumptions and replace the old beliefs with empowering new ones. Remember, it's not just about recognizing what holds you back, but also about finding the courage to leap beyond those barriers. Each small step towards confronting a limiting belief is a step toward rediscovering your authentic self. Keep in mind, progress often starts with a single question or idea, so don't shy away from exploring the edges of your comfort zone. When you do this, you'll begin to find more space for courage in your life. The Belief-Breaking Blueprint: Techniques for Transformation. Transformational strategies to dismantle limiting beliefs involve a deep dive into the narratives we tell ourselves. It's fascinating how these beliefs, often formed during childhood or through societal conditioning, creep into our thoughts and dictate our choices. You might think you are not good enough, that success is reserved for others, or that you'll never be happy. But what if I told you that these beliefs are not set in stone? You have the power to rewrite your story. Engaging with techniques such as journaling, visualization, and mindfulness can help uncover these beliefs, exposing their fragile nature. By challenging their validity, you'll begin to see them for what they truly are, just thoughts. This realization can spark a powerful transformational journey, allowing you to create new, empowering narratives instead. The importance of positive affirmations and mindset shifts cannot be overstated in this journey. Affirmations serve as a mental reset button, akin to giving your brain a refreshing shower. Phrases like "I am capable" or "I attract success and happiness" can feel foreign at first, but repetition paves the way to belief. Imagine starting your day with a set of affirmations that uplift and inspire you. It can dramatically alter your perspective. Mindset shifts are equally crucial. They require you to see challenges as opportunities and failures as stepping stones to success. Cultivating a growth mindset encourages you to embrace learning and adaptability. Together, positive affirmations and mindset shifts act as a dynamic duo, propelling you towards a life free from the chains of limiting beliefs. To truly harness the power of transformation, remember this: daily practice is key. Integrate affirmations into your morning routine, challenge a limiting belief each week, and take note of your progress. Surround yourself with uplifting influences and be patient with yourself during this process. Transformation is a journey that often unfolds slowly, but each step is a testament to your strength and potential. Focus on the progress, and don't shy away from celebrating your small victories. This practice not only reinforces your new beliefs, but also fuels your motivation to keep moving forward. Stories of breakthroughs, real change, real people. There are countless stories of individuals who have defied the odds, transforming their lives by shattering self-imposed limitations. One powerful example is that of a young woman named Sarah, who spent years convinced she wasn't smart enough to pursue higher education. Growing up in a family that emphasized traditional career paths, she often believed that dreams of becoming a doctor were far from her reach. However, after attending a community workshop that introduced her to the concept of growth mindset, Sarah began to unlearn the negative beliefs that had anchored her for so long. Every day, she pushed herself just a little further, signing up for classes that scared her and reaching out to mentors who encouraged her. With perseverance and a newfound faith in her abilities, Sarah not only completed her degree, but now serves as a role model for others in her community. Her journey illustrates how powerful it can be to recognize and reform the beliefs that limit us. Imagine standing at the edge of your own limitations, just like Sarah did, and peering into a world brimming with potential. Visualizing your breakthroughs requires more than just daydreaming. It calls for a heartfelt connection with your deepest aspirations. Picture yourself achieving what currently feels like a distant dream. Maybe it's running a marathon, starting your own business, or writing a book. Close your eyes and visualize not only the end goal, but also the small steps it takes to get there. Each step is significant and builds upon the last, just as Sarah's journey did. Allow this vision to fill you with determination. Your mind can be a preparatory ground, transforming dreams into concrete plans. A key part of this visualization is to embrace the core belief that it is in your power to change your narrative. Just like any great story, the plot twists that emerge are often the result of facing fears and taking risks. As you find yourself inspired by these stories, remember that your journey is unique, filled with possibilities just waiting to be uncovered. Each time you feel afraid or doubt your abilities, think of Sarah and countless others who have chosen to step into their greatness. Embrace your curiosity, ask questions, and don't shy away from challenges. Instead, seek out opportunities for growth, even in the smallest of moments. When you break free from the chains of limiting beliefs, you open a door to a life where the extraordinary becomes possible. A practical tip here: begin by jotting down one belief you hold about yourself that feels limiting. Challenge this belief by writing down 3 counterexamples from your life that prove otherwise. The more you do this, the clearer your pathway to breakthroughs will become. Chapter 6: The Role of Community in Courage. Finding your tribe, the importance of support. Supportive communities are unique spaces where individuals feel empowered to express themselves authentically. These communities foster courage by emphasizing acceptance, connection, and shared growth. People within these circles often exhibit traits such as empathy, understanding, and an innate desire to uplift others. They encourage vulnerability, creating an atmosphere where everyone feels safe to share their dreams, struggles, and ideas without fear of judgment. The essence of a supportive community is in its ability to celebrate each individual's journey while providing a collective strength that fuels confidence. This shared experience promotes resilience, making challenges feel a bit lighter when faced together. Finding your tribe isn't just a passive quest. It's an active pursuit of relationships that resonate with who you are. Start by exploring spaces that align with your interests, values, and aspirations, whether that's a book club, a local sports team, or an online forum. Engage genuinely with others, share your experiences, and show up consistently. Small acts of kindness and open dialogue can nurture these connections, transforming acquaintances into friends and mentors. Remember that nurturing these relationships takes time. Don't hesitate to invest in them. Show up for others as you hope they will show up for you. The energy you cultivate in your relationships can create a flourishing support system that propels everyone forward. As you navigate your journey, keep an open heart and mind when it comes to building your supportive network. Pay attention to those who inspire you, challenge you, and help you grow. Sometimes your tribe may not look how you expected it to. They might be from different backgrounds or spanning various ages, but what truly matters is the bond you form based on mutual respect and encouragement. A great way to solidify these connections is by being present, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. Share your victories and your setbacks. Those candid conversations often strengthen ties and deepen mutual support. Connecting to your tribe is a dynamic, evolving process that can yield profound rewards, so embark on this journey with enthusiasm and curiosity. Collective courage: how community inspires action. Shared experiences can lift us from our individual fears and propel us toward collective bravery. When we unite as a community, our individual courage often flourishes in ways we never thought possible. Take, for example, a group of friends embarking on a hiking trip, each hesitant at the idea of pushing beyond their limits. As they navigate challenging trails together, facing their adrenaline rushes and doubts, they discover a newfound strength. One person's bravery can spark another's, creating a ripple effect of determination. This phenomenon occurs in classrooms, workplaces, neighborhoods, and beyond. When people come together, exchanging stories of struggle, triumph, and resilience, the shared bond of their experiences soothes anxieties and emboldens everyone involved. A sense of belonging ignites the courage that may have laid dormant, waiting for the right support. In such environments, courage is no longer a solitary endeavor. It becomes a shared resource, just as contagious as joy or laughter. Examples of collective courage are woven into the fabric of history and everyday life. Consider the peaceful protests during the civil rights movement, where thousands banded together to challenge systemic injustice. Each march was a testament to the belief that they were stronger as a united front. In another instance, think of the extraordinary actions taken by communities in the wake of natural disasters. People joined forces, risking their safety to help neighbors rebuild, share supplies, and provide emotional support. Whether it's a small neighborhood rallying to save a local park or a global movement advocating for climate action, collective courage manifests in various forms, each one showcasing the incredible power of community. Powerhouses of change. These examples remind us that when ordinary people come together, extraordinary results can occur. The courage displayed is often larger than life, a beautiful dance of individuals stepping out of their comfort zones for a greater cause. Recognizing and nurturing collective courage within your community can inspire transformative actions. Start small by sharing your own stories of vulnerability and bravery. This act can encourage others to open up, creating a nurturing space for dialogue and support. Initiate community events where bonds can be forged, be it a book club, volunteer day, or a simple potluck. Such gatherings instigate conversations that may spark collective action. Also, amplify the voices of those from diverse backgrounds whose stories can enrich the community narrative. By fostering an atmosphere of collaboration and empathy, courage becomes a currency exchanged between individuals, expanding the ripple of impact far beyond what was initially imagined. Courage within a community isn't just about bold declarations. It's about the quiet strength found in shared experience and mutual support, igniting a fire that can lead to meaningful change. Building a fearless network. Strategies for connection. To cultivate a network that inspires bravery, start by being genuinely curious about the people around you. Ask open-ended questions that encourage others to share their stories, experiences, and aspirations. This not only creates a safe space for dialogue, but also fosters authentic connections. Share your own vulnerabilities. When you exhibit bravery, it encourages others to do the same, and suddenly you have a group of like-minded individuals ready to support each other through challenges and celebrate wins, big or small. Don't hesitate to reach out to those you admire, be it colleagues, friends, or mentors. A simple message expressing your appreciation for their work can spark a meaningful exchange, laying the foundation for future collaboration and support. Strengthening community bonds and support systems can be as simple as creating opportunities for shared experiences. Consider organizing informal gatherings or themed meetups where individuals can connect over common interests. This not only builds camaraderie, but transforms casual acquaintances into lasting friendships. When people feel they belong to a network, they are more willing to offer support during tough times. Encourage collaborations that highlight individual strengths, leading to mutual growth. You might set up accountability partnerships where two people commit to supporting each other's goals. This adds an extra layer of motivation while deepening trust. Ultimately, cultivating these bonds requires consistent effort. Check in regularly to see how others are doing, celebrate milestones, and most importantly, show up when it matters. Creating a fearless network doesn't merely happen overnight. It requires nurturing relationships and placing trust at the forefront. Remember that even small gestures can have a profound impact, whether it's a thoughtful note or a quick phone call just to say, "I'm thinking of you." These acts not only show you care, but also lay down invisible threads that weave a tapestry of connection in your network. The aim is for your network to become a tapestry of individuals who inspire, support, and challenge one another, creating a powerful ecosystem of encouragement that thrives on bravery. So step out, be proactive, and find ways to connect that resonate with both you and those around you. You'll be amazed at the fearless community you can build, one connection at a time. Chapter 7. Embracing Vulnerability. The Paradox of Vulnerability, Strength and Openness. Many of us have grown up with the idea that strength is synonymous with stoicism, the ability to endure pain, face challenges unflinchingly, and project an air of invulnerability. However, this traditional notion is increasingly being challenged by the understanding that true strength often lies in vulnerability. Embracing vulnerability is about acknowledging our feelings, fears, and imperfections. It is about having the courage to be seen, to share our struggles, and to let others in. This openness can empower us, allowing us to create deeper connections and fostering authenticity in our relationships. Just think about it. When someone shares their struggles with us, we often feel a sense of admiration for their bravery. That's the paradox. By allowing ourselves to be vulnerable, we don't just show our weaknesses, we showcase our humanity, making it easier for others to relate to us. Diving into vulnerability can open up pathways to genuine connections that we might not have experienced otherwise. When we allow our guard down, it acts like an invitation for others to do the same. It is in these moments that we share our stories, laugh at our mishaps, and bond over our vulnerabilities. The act of being real with someone creates a powerful shared experience, reinforcing a sense of belonging. Additionally, this candidness breeds courage. With each moment we decide to be open and honest, we become more resilient. Our no fear of judgment mindset allows us to take emotional risks, which can lead to wonderful, transformative experiences. We learn that strength is not just about fighting battles, but also about facing them with an open heart. To harness the strength that comes from vulnerability, consider starting small. Share a personal anecdote with a friend or express a concern you haven't voiced before. Observe how it changes the dynamic of your conversation, creating an atmosphere of trust and mutual understanding. This simple practice not only strengthens your relationships, but also fosters a stronger sense of self. Remember, vulnerability is not a weakness, it is a powerful tool. By embracing it, you open yourself up to the beauty of connection and the joys of being authentically you. Sharing your fears, the power of storytelling. There's something remarkably healing about sharing our fears with others. When we voice those shadows lurking in the corners of our minds, we often find that they aren't as daunting as we once believed. The moment we articulate our anxieties, they shift from being a solitary burden to a shared experience. It's like cracking open a window in a stuffy room. Fresh air flows in, and suddenly we can breathe a little easier. This process of sharing not only validates our feelings, but also opens the door for connection. When we reveal our vulnerabilities, we invite others to do the same. It creates a ripple effect, encouraging empathy and understanding in our relationships. Humans are hardwired for connection, and by expressing our fears, we foster a sense of community and belonging. Storytelling is not just an art, it's a powerful tool for empowerment. When you share your story, you reclaim your narrative and transform fear into strength. You might not realize it, but every time you recount your experiences, you craft a tapestry woven from threads of resilience and vulnerability. This act can be as simple as sharing a laugh at a dinner party about the time you botched your job interview because your nerves got the best of you. In that moment, you connect with others who have faced similar challenges, and together you create solidarity in the struggle. It's like finding a lifeline in the sea of anxiety. The tales we tell create an intimate space, a kind of fearless arena where both the teller and the listener can explore their emotions with less judgment. Plus, storytelling is inherently engaging. It turns our individual fears into collective folklore, something relatable and real. Embarking on this journey of sharing requires a bit of courage, but the rewards are worth it. Start small. Share your story with a friend or write it down in a journal. Notice how that sharing transforms the experience in your mind. If it feels daunting, remember that every great storyteller started somewhere. Embrace the messiness of vulnerability and let your fears be the catalyst for connection. The next time you feel scared or anxious, consider naming that fear and sharing it with someone you trust. You might be surprised at how many others feel the same way and how empowering it is to know you're not alone. In this shared human experience, storytelling becomes a bridge, uniting us through our fears while simultaneously helping us to confront and understand them better. Vulnerability as a catalyst for courageous leadership. Vulnerability is often misinterpreted as a weakness, but in the realm of leadership, it acts as a powerful catalyst for courage and authenticity. When leaders display vulnerability, they invite connection, trust, and open communication within their teams. This willingness to show one's true self, flaws and all, fosters an environment where others feel safe to express their thoughts, ideas, and even their fears. A leader who shares their uncertainties or past failures isn't just humanizing themselves. They are also modeling a crucial component of resilience. By embracing vulnerability, leaders inspire others to step outside their comfort zones, take risks, and contribute authentically. When a team sees its leader as relatable, they become more engaged and motivated because they feel part of a shared journey, rather than simply following someone on a pedestal. Ultimately, vulnerability cultivates a culture of accountability, collaboration, and innovation, as team members begin to understand that mistakes are not just permissible, but are valuable opportunities for growth. Historically, many influential leaders have exemplified the transformative power of vulnerability. Consider Brené Brown, renowned for her research on shame and empathy. Brown's TED Talks and books have not only highlighted how vulnerability can strengthen connections, but also how it is essential for effective leadership. By sharing her own struggles and insecurities, she has inspired countless individuals to embrace their imperfections and use them as sources of strength. Another prominent figure is Howard Schultz, the former CEO of Starbucks. Schultz's story of growing up in a working-class family imbued him with a sense of empathy toward his employees. He famously shared his own vulnerabilities about leadership decisions, allowing his team to understand the reasoning behind his choices and inspiring a culture of inclusivity and understanding at Starbucks. These leaders remind us that sharing our authentic selves can create pathways for deeper relationships and include everyone in the leadership story. As you navigate your leadership journey, remember that embracing vulnerability is not about oversharing or exposing all your faults. It's about being authentic, acknowledging your fears, and inviting others into the conversation. Take small steps. Share a lesson learned from a mistake or admit that you don't have all the answers. This honesty can be disarming, but also incredibly empowering for those around you. Engaging in this practice turns leadership into a collaborative endeavor where both leaders and their teams feel seen and valued. By fostering an environment grounded in vulnerability, you will not only enhance your leadership effectiveness, but also cultivate a cohort of courageous followers who are willing to take risks and innovate alongside you. Chapter 8. Overcoming the Fear of Failure. Redefining failure, the key to growth. Viewing failure through a different lens can be transformative. Instead of seeing it as a dead end, imagine it as a detour on the road to success. Embedding this perspective into our daily lives can dramatically shift how we respond to setbacks. Consider the idea that with every misstep, there are invaluable lessons waiting to be uncovered. When we encounter failure, it's easy to slip into a mindset of despair, but what if we approached it with curiosity instead? This shift encourages us to analyze the situation, extract the lessons, and then apply that knowledge moving forward. Embracing failure in this way can foster resilience and creativity. Failure becomes not a weight dragging us down, but a springboard that catapults us into new endeavors, filled with knowledge and insight. Reframing failure in the context of personal growth opens a treasure chest of possibilities. Each failure tells a story of determination, persistence, and growth. The greats of history did not reach their heights unscathed. They faced rejection, mistakes, and setbacks, yet they learned to harness these experiences as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. Personal growth flourishes when we are fearless in the face of failure. Each obstacle is not just a chance to learn, but an invitation to grow stronger and wiser. Instead of shrinking back from failure, we should embrace it, welcoming the chance to build our character and skills. This mindset facilitates deeper self-discovery, catalyzing not just professional success, but enriching personal lives. Next time you face a setback, take a moment to reflect before reacting. Ask yourself what this experience is teaching you. Transform that negative narrative into a story of resilience and learning. Keeping a journal to document your failures and the lessons learned can serve as a powerful reminder of how far you've come and the growth that comes from encountering adversity head-on. Remember, every setback is a setup for a comeback. So, lean into the discomfort of failure, analyze it, embrace it, and let it propel you toward your next venture. Lessons learned from epic fails, a collection. There's a peculiar charm in failure that often gets overshadowed by the success stories we hear all the time. For instance, consider the story of James Dyson, who famously spent over 5 years and created more than 5,000 prototypes of his vacuum before finally perfecting the bagless model we know today. Each failed attempt brought him closer to the solution, turning what could have been seen as sheer stubbornness into a brilliant innovation. Humorously, each time a prototype didn't work, Dyson jokingly noted that he was simply allowing dust to live its best life a bit longer. This lighthearted approach to failure often leads to deeper insights. Another remarkable story is that of J.K. Rowling. Before Harry Potter took the world by storm, she faced rejection after rejection from multiple publishers, with some even calling her manuscript unsuitable for kids. Her response? She kept pushing forward, believing in her magical world when no one else did. Rowling's setbacks became stepping stones, reshaping the literary landscape and inspiring countless aspiring authors with her triumphant rise from poverty to becoming a billionaire. These narratives highlight a profound truth. Failures can be as essential as successes in defining our journeys. Amid the laughter and triumphs, some common threads weave through these tales of epic fails. A notable theme is resilience. Both Dyson and Rowling had the tenacity to keep going, proving that persistence often paves the way for success. They faced adversity, learned from their setbacks, and adapted their approaches, transforming failures into lessons rather than deterrents. Another shared lesson is the importance of passion. They were deeply connected to their visions, which fueled their determination to continue, even when the odds were stacked against them. This interplay of passion and resilience not only drove them to overcome hurdles, but also enriched their stories. It reminds us that failing is not the end of the road. Rather, it's a detour that often leads to a more scenic route. The humor found in their failings also serves as a gentle nudge for us to not take ourselves too seriously. Embracing failure with a grin can often enhance creativity and encourage exploration, turning the fear of failing into a thrilling adventure. When reflecting on such stories, one key takeaway emerges: don't shy away from embracing your setbacks. They are part of the journey. Each failure carries within it an opportunity for growth, learning, and ultimately transformation. Adopting a mindset that welcomes challenges can lead not only to personal development, but can also inspire others around you. So the next time you face a setback, remember the vacuum cleaner and the boy wizard. Use that experience to propel yourself forward, remaining open to the lessons hidden within your struggles. After all, sometimes it takes a spectacular fail to stumble upon a remarkable success. Developing resilience, bouncing back stronger. Resilience is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Navigating through setbacks can feel overwhelming, but there are practical ways to develop resilience that will help you bounce back when life throws those curveballs. One effective practice is to embrace a mindset of gratitude. Instead of fixating on what went wrong, shift your focus to what went right, no matter how small. Keep a gratitude journal where you jot down things you appreciate each day. Also, don't underestimate the power of connection. Surround yourself with supportive people who lift you up and remind you of your strengths. They act like your personal cheerleaders, encouraging you to keep moving forward even when the going gets tough. Engaging in mindfulness techniques, such as meditation or deep breathing exercises, can calm your mind and help you reframe negative thoughts. This not only promotes emotional clarity, but also allows you to approach challenges more constructively. Remember, setbacks are not the end. They are part of the journey toward personal growth. To cultivate a resilient mindset, start by reframing your relationship with challenges. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, view them as opportunities for growth. Embrace the idea that every challenge has something to teach you. It might be a lesson in perseverance, problem-solving, or even self-compassion. Focus on developing a growth mindset, which emphasizes that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. When faced with difficulties, ask yourself strategic questions. What can I learn from this? How can I turn this situation around? Additionally, practicing self-care is crucial. Make time for activities that recharge your spirit, whether it's a hobby, exercise, or simply spending time in nature. Learning to manage stress effectively through good sleep, nutrition, and regular physical activity can also build your mental stamina. Keep reminding yourself that every setback is a setup for a comeback. It's all about how you choose to respond. Integrating these practices into your life can transform not only how you experience setbacks, but how you approach life in general. The next time you find yourself facing adversity, whether it's a personal loss, a setback in your career, or a change in relationships, embrace the idea that you are capable of resilience. Commit to these strategies, and you may be surprised at the strength you uncover within yourself. Carry a mantra that resonates with you, something like, "I am resilient," or "I rise every time I fall." Repeat it in moments of doubt. Every step you take in developing resilience not only prepares you for the next challenge, but also enriches your life and the lives of those around you. Take these lessons to heart, and you'll find that resilience isn't just about bouncing back. It's about thriving in adversity. Chapter 9. The Courage to Take Risks. Risk versus reward. Understanding the balance. Taking risks often feels like stepping onto a tightrope strung high above the ground. The potential for a thrilling reward is enticing, yet the fear of falling adds a layer of tension that can be hard to shake. The relationship between risk and reward is one that shapes our lives in myriad ways, from small daily choices to significant life decisions. At its core, this relationship is about weighing the potential benefits against the possible downsides. It's like having a conversation with your inner self, where one part is a daring adventurer eager to seize opportunities, and the other is a cautious guardian, reminding you of what's at stake. To achieve meaningful rewards, one must often be willing to embrace uncertainties, as opportunities rarely come bundled with guarantees. This truth is equally applicable in personal aspirations, like pursuing a new career path, and in financial ventures, such as investments. Every leap of faith comes with a background noise of what-ifs, but understanding that risk is an intrinsic part of growth can encourage individuals to take that leap. Effective risk assessment strategies can act as your safety net while you navigate the high wire of risk and reward. These strategies help in identifying potential risks, evaluating their impact, and determining how to mitigate them. Start by gathering as much information as possible. This is your loyal companion on the journey to informed decision-making. Analyze past experiences and seek insights from others who have ventured down similar paths. Consider the nature of the risk. Is it systematic, where the effects are widespread, or is it a specific hazard tied to a unique circumstance? The more you categorize and dissect the complexities, the clearer your judgment will become. Visualizing potential outcomes can also be helpful. Imagine the best-case scenario and the worst one, and then place yourself somewhere in between. This not only prepares you for different possibilities, but also allows you to develop exit strategies if things don't unfold as planned. Lastly, consult your emotional responses. Often, our gut feelings offer valuable insights into risks we may overlook, acting almost as an internal compass guiding us toward or away from certain paths. As you navigate the landscape of risk and reward, remember that not every risk will yield a worthy reward, and not every safe choice will lead to regret. The ability to strike a balance comes with experience and self-awareness. Embrace the learnings from both your successes and failures, as each has something unique to teach you. A practical tip to keep in mind is to start small. Wherever possible, take calculated risks that allow you to test the waters before diving headfirst. Whether this means investing a manageable sum in the stock market or attempting a new hobby, beginning with lower stakes can provide valuable insights without overwhelming consequences. Over time and with practice, you'll develop the confidence to recognize which risks are worth taking and which ones are merely mirages on the horizon. Calculated risks. How to assess outcomes. Evaluating the potential outcomes of risks is not just an exercise fit for boardrooms or strategic planners. It's a necessity for anyone looking to navigate life's unpredictable waters. Imagine you are standing at a crossroad, with various paths each representing different choices and, consequently, different futures. The framework for assessing these outcomes involves identifying the risk, analyzing its potential impact, and evaluating the probability of various scenarios. Start by envisioning the best case, worst case, and most likely outcomes. This mental simulation can paint a vivid picture of what you might face, helping you anticipate challenges and opportunities alike. Remember, it's not always the most obvious choice that leads to the best outcome. Sometimes, the overlooked option holds the key to success. Risk-taking and experimentation aren't just bold moves. They are essential for personal and professional growth. In our fast-moving world, playing it safe can result in missed opportunities. Embracing calculated risks means stepping out of your comfort zone, whether that's launching a new project at work or trying something new in your daily life. Confidence in your decision-making process can turn hesitation into action. Don't shy away from testing your assumptions or exploring new ideas. Instead, treat these moments as experiments where outcomes can be analyzed and learned from. Every stumble is a lesson, and every success is a building block in your experience. So take that leap. Your future might surprise you. As you navigate your journey of calculated risks, keep in mind that failure is often a better teacher than success. When you experiment boldly, document the results, and reflect on what went right or wrong, you are building a reservoir of knowledge that will serve you in future decision-making processes. Use these insights to adjust your strategies moving forward. Ultimately, being open to new experiences while methodically evaluating risks and outcomes will not only enhance your confidence, but also empower you to seize opportunities that others might overlook. Think of every risk as a chance to enhance your portfolio of life experiences, and who knows, the next risk you take might just push you closer to your goals. Cultivating a risk-taking mentality, daily strategies. Integrating risk-taking into daily life can seem daunting, but it's about making small, sustainable changes that gradually build your confidence. Start by setting mini challenges for yourself. Perhaps it's trying a new route to work, striking up a conversation with a stranger, or signing up for a class that scares you a little. These small actions, while seemingly insignificant, create a ripple effect. When you step out of your comfort zone, you inform your brain that uncertainty doesn't have to be dangerous. It can be an opportunity for growth. Keep a journal of these experiences. Reflecting on what went well and what didn't will help you see patterns that allow for further risk-taking and learning. You could even create a risk-taking scoreboard, where you celebrate each step you take, no matter how small it may seem to others. This gamifies the process and adds an element of fun that can lighten the burden of discomfort. Embracing discomfort is a crucial part of cultivating a risk-taking mentality. It's natural to want to avoid the awkwardness that comes with trying something new, but discomfort often precedes growth. Think about it. Every time you try something different, you are likely to encounter awkward moments, failure, or the hesitation that comes with stepping into the unknown. This is where real growth happens. Instead of viewing discomfort as a red flag, start to see it as an enlightening sign that you are pushing boundaries. Engage with that feeling. The next time you're faced with something that scares you, take a deep breath and lean into it. Challenge your perspective. What if falling flat on your face is just a funny story to tell later? Discomfort is not just an obstacle. It's an essential building block of resilience. As you incorporate these strategies, remember that risk-taking doesn't have to be catastrophic or overly dramatic. It's about the small but potent shifts in how you perceive challenges. The key is consistency. Show up for yourself daily and allow yourself to take small but progressive risks. In doing so, you'll notice that each step taken builds your capacity for bigger leaps. The next time you feel the cold grip of fear, remember to embrace it. That fear is a sign you're living authentically and taking control of your narrative. Keep pushing, keep testing your limits, and keep realizing just how capable you are of turning risks into remarkable stories. Chapter 10. The Role of Intuition. Trusting your gut, the science of intuition. The brain is a remarkable organ, constantly sifting through experiences, emotions, and sensory information. This process forms the foundation of intuition. Neurologically speaking, intuition is the brain's ability to quickly analyze vast amounts of data and draw conclusions without the need for conscious reasoning. It often happens within milliseconds and draws on a reservoir of past experiences and learned knowledge stored in both explicit and implicit memory. Studies show that the amygdala, part of the brain that processes emotions, plays a crucial role in our intuitive responses. It allows us to react to situations almost instantaneously, especially when it comes to decisions that may involve risk or emotional stakes. Imagine a time when you felt uneasy about a decision that later proved to be right, or when a sudden idea clicked perfectly into place. That's your amygdala at work, guiding you based on a lifetime of lessons. Recognizing intuitive nudges in your life can often feel like deciphering a secret language that only you can understand. It requires a certain level of mindfulness and self-awareness. Sometimes it presents itself as a gut feeling, perhaps a tightening in your stomach when something doesn't seem quite right. Other times, it's an unexpected flash of insight that compels you to take action or avoid a particular path. Trusting these nudges can be tricky, especially in a world that often prioritizes logic over instinct. To cultivate this trust, it's helpful to pay attention to your body's signals. Take a moment to pause and reflect on how you feel about a situation. Are you excited, anxious, calm? Learning to differentiate these feelings can help you untangle the web of intuition from mere anxiety or external pressure. Embrace moments of solitude, journal your thoughts, or meditate. These practices can enhance your connection to your inner voice, allowing you to spot those intuitive nudges more clearly. To better harness the power of your intuition, consider keeping a record of your decisions and the feelings associated with them. Reflect on the outcome. Did following your intuition lead to success, or did ignoring it steer you in the wrong direction? Over time, patterns will emerge, allowing you to trust your gut with increasing confidence. It might feel familiar to ignore those nudges when everyone around you seems to demand the data-driven approach, but trust that your intuition often knows what's best in those moments when numbers or logical arguments fall short. Every little decision counts, so practice tuning in to yourself each day. Make a habit of checking in with your feelings. Ask yourself, what do I truly want? Or how does this decision resonate with me? This ongoing dialogue with your intuition can sharpen your instincts and help you navigate life's complexities with a blend of wisdom and instinct. Intuitive decision-making. When to follow your instincts. Intuition often serves as a hidden compass in our decision-making process. For instance, consider the moment when you walk into a room and immediately sense tension in the air, perhaps between colleagues after a heated meeting. Your instinct nudges you to tread lightly or choose your words carefully. This is your intuition at work, guiding you away from potential conflict. In some scenarios, intuition can steer you toward those golden opportunities that may not be glaringly obvious. Think about the moments when you've encountered an unfamiliar place, and something in your gut tells you to turn left instead of right, leading you to a charming cafe or an interesting street that you would have otherwise missed. These gut feelings aren't just happenstance. They are accumulated experiences coming together to form a judgment that can often be spot on. Experimentation is key when it comes to honing your intuitive skills in both personal and professional contexts. Start by paying attention to those fleeting thoughts and feelings that arise when faced with choices, no matter how small. If you find yourself drawn to a particular movie, despite not knowing much about it, go ahead and watch it. Be surprised by a hidden gem. In the workplace, when making decisions about new projects or team dynamics, give yourself permission to follow your instincts. Perhaps you have a feeling that a certain project aligns with your personal values. Allow that instinct to guide you to advocate for it during a meeting. The more you practice checking in with your feelings and following your instincts, the stronger your intuitive muscle will become. You will begin to recognize the rhythm of your instincts and can lean into them confidently. The key takeaway here is to take intuitive nudges seriously and view them as valuable information to guide your decisions. Over time, you'll build a library of experiences that will enhance your intuition, transforming it into a reliable resource. When in doubt, don't hesitate to allow your gut to lead the way occasionally. You might just unearth insights that data alone can't provide. So, next time you're faced with a decision, pause, listen to that inner voice, and see where it takes you. Trusting your instincts might just be the secret ingredient you've been searching for. Strengthening your intuition, practical exercises. To hone and increase your intuitive awareness, try these practical exercises that can be easily woven into your daily life. One effective method is the gut feeling journal. Throughout the day, jot down moments when you have a strong instinct about something, be it a decision, an interaction, or even a route to take. Reflect on these instances weekly. Over time, you'll start to notice patterns and recognize the subtle ways your intuition communicates with you. Also, engage in daily visualization exercises. Imagine scenarios where you have to make a choice and allow your intuition to guide you toward different outcomes. Pay special attention to how your body feels during these visualizations. The tightening of a stomach or a sudden sense of calm often speaks volumes about your inner guidance. Another fun and illuminating exercise involves the guessing game. Before meeting a friend, try to guess what they'll say or how they'll feel about a topic. This playful challenge can sharpen your intuitive faculties while adding a lighthearted twist to your interactions. Mindfulness plays a crucial role in cultivating your intuition. By practicing mindfulness, you learn to be present and aware, which is essential for tuning into your inner voice. Start with simple breathing exercises. As you breathe in and out, focus on your breath and let go of any distractions. When you quiet the mental chatter, you create space for your intuition to emerge. Engaging regularly in mindfulness meditation can advance this practice even further. The more you practice being in the moment, the more attuned you'll become to those gentle nudges and gut feelings that guide you. It's like tuning a radio to the right frequency. Instead of static, you start to hear clarity and wisdom in your thoughts. Additionally, consider incorporating mindful walks into your routine. As you stroll, pay attention to your surroundings, your thoughts, and your emotions. Allow yourself to observe without judgment. This heightened sense of awareness can create a fertile ground for intuitive insights to flourish. Creating a daily ritual that combines both mindfulness and intuition can significantly enhance your capacity to listen to your inner guidance. Set aside a few quiet minutes each day to meditate or simply sit in silence. During this time, invite thoughts to flow freely without trying to control them. Invite feelings and sensations in your body to surface, and listen to what they are saying. By weaving these practices together, you reinforce your connection with your intuitive self, allowing it to guide you more confidently as you navigate through life. Chapter 11. Mindfulness and its role in courage. The mindfulness connection, being present with fear. Mindfulness plays a crucial role in acknowledging and processing fear, an emotion that, if left unchecked, can grow into a formidable foe. When fear arises, our instinct might be to shoo it away, as if dismissing a pesky fly. However, this avoidance often deepens our anxiety, creating a cycle that is hard to break. Practicing mindfulness allows us to sit with our fears, examining them without judgment. By recognizing our fear, its origin, texture, and impact, we can move from a place of reaction to one of understanding. Imagine fear as a visitant. Instead of turning it away, invite it in for tea. You might find that once you face it directly, fear loses its power and diminishes in scale. Acknowledging fear is the first step toward transforming it from an intimidating specter into a manageable emotion. Grounding ourselves in the present is essential for transforming our relationship with fear. Mindfulness practices such as deep breathing and body scans can effectively anchor us in the here and now. Start with a simple exercise. Take a comfortable seat, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Inhale deeply, feeling your chest and belly expand, and slowly release it while observing the sensations in your body. This practice brings awareness to your physical state and helps dissolve the racing thoughts fueled by fear. Alternatively, engaging in a body scan can further enhance this awareness. Take a moment to notice each part of your body, starting from your toes and moving upward, recognizing any tension without trying to change it. This exercise not only centers you, but also allows you to process feelings of fear as they arise, encouraging curiosity rather than avoidance. Remember, being present with fear isn't about eradicating it entirely, but changing how we relate to it. Building a toolbox of mindfulness practices is invaluable. Incorporating small moments of mindfulness into your day, whether through mindful walking, eating, or simply enjoying nature, can cultivate a strong foundation for facing fear with grace. Even in the most challenging moments, You have the power to harness mindfulness to navigate your emotional landscape. So the next time fear comes knocking at your door, greet it with presence and curiosity. You don't just survive fear, you learn to dance with it, turning a potentially paralyzing experience into an opportunity for growth. Mindful practices to boost courage, meditation techniques. Meditation can be a powerful ally in nurturing the courage that often feels elusive in daily life. One effective technique is the courage visualization exercise. To practice this, find a comfortable position, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Imagine a moment when you felt truly courageous. Perhaps you stood up for yourself, faced a fear, or took a leap into the unknown. Picture the environment surrounding you, feel the emotions flowing through your body, and breathe those feelings in deeply. Visualizing past successes can elevate your spirit and remind you of your inner strength. Another helpful technique is the fear release meditation. Sit quietly, focusing on your breath. As you breathe in, gather your fears, and as you exhale, imagine releasing them into the air. With each breath out, feel those weighty anxieties dissipate, leaving you grounded and renewed. The act of acknowledging and releasing fear can be liberating, fostering an open space where courage can thrive. Consistent mindfulness practice can dramatically enhance personal growth, providing a sturdy foundation upon which resilience and confidence can be built. Engaging in meditation regularly cultivates a habit of self-reflection, allowing you to explore your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors in a non-judgmental way. This awareness is enlightening, often revealing limiting beliefs or fears that hinder your overall potential. By confronting these obstacles head-on through mindful practices, you can reframe them as challenges to be embraced rather than threats to be avoided. Moreover, cultivating mindfulness helps to strengthen emotional regulation, allowing you to approach life's challenges with a calmer, more centered mindset. Over time, this ongoing journey can lead to a more authentic and empowered version of yourself, one that approaches fear with an open heart and unwavering spirit. Furthermore, making meditation a regular part of your routine doesn't just foster courage. It shapes a life of overall fulfillment. Consider setting aside a few minutes each day, perhaps during breakfast or right before bed, to dedicate to your mindfulness practice. You could even create a cozy meditation corner in your home that invites calmness and clarity. During these quiet moments, remember that you are not alone on this journey. Every time you sit in silence, you are training your mind and spirit to push through barriers. A practical tip to enhance your practice is to keep a journal of your experiences. Jot down moments when you felt courageous, challenges you faced, and insights gained through meditation. This will serve as a beautiful reminder of your growth and resilience over time. Integrating mindfulness into daily life. Tips and tricks. Mindfulness can transform even the most mundane activities into moments of joy and awareness. To cultivate mindfulness in your everyday life, start by engaging fully in the little things. Instead of letting your mind wander while you're brushing your teeth, pay close attention to the minty taste of the toothpaste, the feel of the brush gliding over your teeth, and the simple act of caring for yourself. Eating is another perfect opportunity to practice. When you sit down for a meal, really savor each bite. Notice the textures and flavors. Appreciate the nourishment that comes from your food. By focusing on these small details, everyday activities can become rich experiences rather than rushed tasks. Creating daily rituals can anchor your day in presence and courage. Think about a morning ritual that sets a positive tone for the day. This could be as simple as taking a few deep breaths while you make your coffee or tea. Consider adding a moment of gratitude by listing 3 things you appreciate before you step out into the world. You can also establish an afternoon break where you step away from distractions to enjoy a walk outside, engaging with nature and noticing the beauty around you. This isn't just a break, it's a chance to recharge your spirit and gather your thoughts. Small rituals like these can infuse your day with intention and make a significant difference in how you approach your tasks. Perhaps in the evening, lighting a candle and reflecting on the day can serve as a peaceful closing to your mind and body, allowing you to release the day's stresses and prepare for restful sleep. Remember, the beauty of mindfulness lies in its simplicity. It doesn't require an entire overhaul of your life to make a change. Just sprinkle mindfulness into your daily routine, and over time, you'll find that those moments become more frequent and affirming. Embrace the small shifts, stay curious, and allow yourself to be fully present wherever you are. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to tap into this remarkable state of being. And here's a practical tip. Set an alarm on your phone for a few moments throughout the day as a reminder to pause and breathe deeply. Just a minute or two can make a world of difference in grounding you in the present moment. Chapter 12. The Impact of Physical Health on Mental Courage. Brain-body connection. How health influences mindset. The mind and body are intricately linked, much like a finely tuned instrument. When physical health is robust, mental resilience often follows in a symbiotic rhythm. Imagine waking up invigorated after a good night's sleep, your muscles feeling alive, and your mind bursting with clarity. It's in this state that individuals often find themselves more capable of tackling challenges with confidence and ease. Conversely, poor physical health can weigh heavily on mental faculties. A lack of exercise not only affects the body, leading to sluggishness and fatigue, but also dampens the spirit, giving way to pessimism and indecision. Scientists delve deep into this connection, revealing that physical activities, like a brisk walk, release endorphins, which are those delightful little chemicals in the brain that boost mood. Just as lifting weights can build biceps, engaging in regular exercise can build mental fortitude, enhancing your ability to face life's hurdles with a smile. Emotional and physical states dance together in a complex but predictable choreography, influencing our capacity for courage and resilience. When our bodies are nourished and active, they cultivate a sense of stability that empowers us to confront fears and take risks. For instance, feeling physically strong can translate into feeling emotionally strong. This translates into facing a daunting task with determination rather than dread. It's fascinating to realize that the simple act of breathing deeply can shift our emotional state, creating calm in the mind even amid chaos. Recognizing this interplay makes it clear how crucial our physical well-being is in fostering a courageous spirit. A person who feels vibrant and agile is likely to venture outside their comfort zone, explore new opportunities, and tackle uncomfortable conversations with boldness, while someone caught in the throes of physical malaise may find themselves shrinking back from life's challenges. Practical steps can initiate this empowering connection. Start small. Integrate movement into daily routines, like taking the stairs or going for a short walk during breaks. Embrace nutritious foods that make you feel as energetic as they taste. Prioritize sleep as your brain's restorative cocktail. Each decision toward better physical health nurtures your mind, building resilience that can handle stress and adversity with grace. Remember, every little choice counts in crafting a strong mind-body connection. Nutrition for a fearless mind. Foods that fuel courage. Eating the right foods can unlock the door to enhanced mental clarity and unparalleled strength. Whole grains like quinoa and brown rice provide us with sustained energy, which is essential when facing daily challenges. They release glucose slowly into the bloodstream, keeping your mind alert and your spirits high. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, such as salmon or walnuts, work wonders for brain health. Omega-3s are known to reduce anxiety and improve mood, making them perfect allies in the battle against fear. Leafy greens, vibrant berries, and nuts not only fuel our bodies but also boost cognitive function. The antioxidants in these foods fight oxidative stress, reducing the mental fog that can sometimes shroud our courage. On the flip side, we have the sneaky saboteurs, sugar and processed foods. Though they might provide a quick rush of energy, they can lead to wild fluctuations in mood and energy levels. Consuming excessive sugar can spike insulin levels, which often results in a crash that leaves us feeling drained and less able to cope with stress. Processed foods, often stripped of their nutrients and loaded with unhealthy fats and artificial ingredients, can contribute to feelings of anxiety and depression. When our bodies are deprived of the nutrients they crave, the mind often doesn't respond well. Instilling a fearlessness mindset necessitates a clean and nourishing diet. Every meal is an opportunity to fortify your resolve and nurture your well-being. Focus on integrating whole, nutrient-dense foods into your meals and notice the difference in your mental landscape. Consider swapping that afternoon candy bar for a handful of almonds or a piece of fruit. Your brain will thank you by keeping you sharp and ready to tackle whatever comes your way. Exercise and endurance, building physical courage. Physical exercise serves as a powerful catalyst for boosting mental resilience. When we push our bodies, whether it's through running, weightlifting, or yoga, we unlock not just physical strength, but a kind of mental toughness that seeps into other areas of our lives. Endurance exercises, in particular, challenge us to confront discomfort head-on. Every bead of sweat and deep breath becomes a statement of willpower, teaching us that our bodies can endure more than we often assume. Imagine facing a tough workout and choosing to push through the fatigue. That moment of determination is where mental courage is cultivated. It's like a muscle. The more we exercise it, the stronger it gets. Each time we overcome a physical hurdle, we recalibrate our understanding of what is possible, reinforcing our ability to face life's various challenges. Encouraging an active lifestyle isn't just about these physical transformations. It's also about instilling a mindset of courage and exploration. When you choose to be active, you open yourself to new experiences that challenge your boundaries and comfort zones. Whether it's trying a dance class, hiking a challenging trail, or joining a local sports team, each new venture holds the potential for personal growth. An active lifestyle enhances our ability to take risks, face fears, and step out of our comfort zones. It builds a habit of resilience, where moments of self-doubt can be met with the knowledge that you're capable of more than you think. So, lace up those sneakers and take a step into the unknown. Not only will your heart race from the workout, but your spirit will also soar at the realization of what you can achieve when you embrace endurance. One practical way to integrate this active mindset into your life is to set small, achievable fitness goals. Maybe it's committing to a 15-minute walk each day or trying a new sport over the weekend. Each goal you accomplish will boost your confidence and encourage you to chase even larger ambitions. Embrace the journey of becoming stronger, in body and mind, and watch as you transform your approach to challenges, both on and off the field. Chapter 13. Goal Setting for Brave Action. SMART Goals, a framework for courageous pursuits. The SMART Goal Framework presents a practical tool that empowers individuals to confront their fears and embrace courageous pursuits. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Each component serves as a stepping stone toward not just setting goals, but also transforming aspirations into reality. When people define their goals with clarity, they shave away the ambiguity that often clouds our vision. Specificity in goal setting means you're not just saying, "I want to get fit." Instead, you're stating something like, "I will run a 5K in 3 months." This precision fuels your courage because you know exactly what you're aiming for. Measurable goals track your progress and celebrate small victories along the way. Knowing how far you've come is essential for motivation and helps build the confidence to overcome obstacles. But be careful, achievability is also key. Setting a goal that's too far out of reach can lead to frustration and disappointment. Instead of wanting to run a marathon next week, aim for a personal best in that 5K. This incremental approach encourages you to stretch your limits without overwhelming you. Each small success deserves a pat on the back, and these wins bolster your courage to tackle even greater challenges. When you ensure that your goals are relevant, you align them with your deeper values and passions, making your pursuit feel meaningful. A time-bound goal gives you that necessary push. Without a deadline, it's easy to let procrastination creep in. It's not just about the pursuit itself. It's about having the courage to commit and follow through. A practical tip for harnessing the power of SMART goals in your life is to write them down. This simple act not only holds you accountable, but also acts as a daily reminder that you are on a path toward growth and bravery. Vision boards, visualizing your fearless future. Creating a vision board is like crafting a map to your dreams. To begin this engaging journey, gather magazines, photographs, quotes, and other materials that resonate with your aspirations. The process is both personal and creative. Find a quiet space where you can let your imagination flow. As you sift through images and words, think about the life you want to lead. Do you envision a successful career, strong relationships, health, or a vast sense of adventure? Once you have gathered your materials, choose a board, cork, poster, even a digital canvas on your computer will do. Arrange your visuals into a collage that speaks to you, making sure to include elements that evoke feelings of courage and strength. Place your vision board somewhere you'll see it every day. This serves as a daily reminder of the fearless future you are working to manifest, nudging you toward your goals every time you glance at it. Visualizing goals through a vision board comes with remarkable psychological benefits. First, it engages your subconscious mind, which plays a crucial role in shaping your behaviors and attitudes. When you visualize your ambitions, you create a powerful mental image that reinforces your desire to attain them. This not only enhances motivation, but can also reduce anxiety and self-doubt. The act of seeing your dreams daily primes your brain for success, making you more likely to recognize opportunities that align with your goals. Furthermore, visualizing your future instills a sense of purpose, which can boost your overall well-being. When you focus on positive outcomes, you nurture a growth mindset that encourages resilience in the face of challenges. In essence, envisioning your aspirations isn't just about dreaming. It's about equipping yourself with the belief that you can overcome obstacles along your journey. Take a moment to reflect on your vision board regularly. This practice can deepen your emotional connection to your goals and keep your ambitions fresh in your mind. As you look at it, envision every step you need to take to bring those dreams into reality. Imagine the feelings you will experience upon achieving these aspirations. Additionally, don't hesitate to update your vision board as your goals evolve. Life is dynamic, and your dreams can change and grow in exciting ways. The key is to keep the vision alive, fostering a relentless pursuit of a future that fuels your spirit. A practical tip to enhance your vision board experience is to include affirmations alongside your images. Simple, positive statements like "I am courageous" or "I deserve success" can amplify your confidence, embedding those beliefs deeper into your daily mindset. Accountability, designing your support system. Accountability is the unsung hero behind achieving those courageous goals we often set for ourselves. It's one thing to declare your intentions, write them down in a planner, or post them enthusiastically on social media. But without a solid support system holding you accountable, those intentions can easily slip through the cracks of daily life. Think of accountability as the friend who rips you away from the couch while you're binge-watching yet another series, dragging you to that gym session you promised yourself. This reliable push is not just crucial, it's transformative. It politely nudges you to take consistent action, ensuring that you make progress even when motivation ebbs away. By enlisting the support of others and committing to being accountable, you effectively transform your isolated aspirations into shared realities, creating a powerful dynamic that can propel you forward. Designing your accountability system requires a mix of personal insight and creative strategizing. One effective technique is to identify an accountability partner, someone who understands your goals and is equally invested in your success. This could be a friend, family member, or even a coach. Schedule regular check-ins, whether these are face-to-face meetings, phone calls, or even text messages. These moments provide an opportunity to discuss your progress, share challenges, and celebrate victories, big or small. Another approach could be to form or join a group that shares similar objectives. Engaging with a community can add a layer of motivation and make the journey feel less lonely. Moreover, setting clear expectations for both you and your partner or group helps to create a structured environment where commitment thrives. You can also incorporate digital tools into your system, such as tracking apps or social media groups, which serve as constant reminders and offer additional layers of accessibility and support. As you build your accountability system, remember to keep it flexible and authentic to your needs. Individualize your approach so it resonates with who you are. Don't be hesitant to tweak your system as you evolve. A practical tip? Celebrate your milestones, however small. This recognition not only reinforces your progress, but also elevates the bond with your partner or group, enriching the accountability experience. Remember, it's not just about pushing through. It's about enjoying the journey, sharing laughs, and sometimes admitting when you need a little extra support. So, grab that accountability friend and forge ahead. You're not just chasing goals, you're creating a movement. Chapter 14, Celebrating Courage, the Power of Acknowledgment. Recognizing small wins, the psychology of celebration. Celebrating small victories is essential for maintaining motivation, and there's a good reason why. Each small win acts like a stepping stone, propelling us forward on the path to our larger goals. When we take a moment to acknowledge these accomplishments, our brain releases dopamine, creating a sense of pleasure and satisfaction. It's like giving ourselves a high five. This little burst of joy reinforces our desire to keep pushing ahead. Imagine you've been working hard on a project at work, and you finally finish that challenging section. Instead of brushing it off as just another task completed, taking a moment to recognize that achievement can reignite your passion and focus. Small victories fuel our motivation by reminding us that progress is happening, even if it feels slow at times. When we focus solely on the big picture, it's easy to lose sight of how far we've actually come. Celebrating the small wins allows us to appreciate the journey and keeps our enthusiasm alive. The psychological impact of acknowledgement cannot be understated, especially when it comes to building courage. When we celebrate even the tiniest achievements, we bolster our confidence. Each acknowledgement serves as a validation of our efforts and abilities, and this can weave a powerful thread of resilience into our character. Imagine standing at the edge of a diving board, with every successful jump you've completed behind you. Each splash is a carefully crafted stitch in the fabric of your courage. Every time you celebrate, you're essentially telling yourself, "Yes, I can do this," and this positive reinforcement begins to compound over time. This encourages us to take on even bigger challenges, knowing that we have the strength to face them. It's a marvelous cycle. The more we celebrate our efforts, the bolder we become in our pursuits. As we build that courage, we expand our comfort zones and embrace greater opportunities for growth, both personally and professionally. Understanding this cycle is crucial for anyone looking to achieve long-lasting change. Embracing the act of celebration, no matter how small, shapes our perspectives and lives. So, whether it's treating yourself to coffee when you reach a mini milestone or simply taking a moment to bask in your accomplishments, remember that these acts can inherently shift your mindset. Next time you tick off an item on your to-do list, don't just move on. Allow yourself a brief moment of celebration. It might just remind you how capable you truly are. Building rituals of acknowledgement, making it a habit. In our fast-paced lives, it's easy to overlook the small victories that pave the way to larger accomplishments. Recognizing progress through rituals can transform these fleeting moments into powerful sources of motivation and joy. Consider creating simple yet meaningful practices to celebrate achievements, no matter how small. This can be as easy as setting aside a few moments each week to reflect on your successes. Whether you jot them down in a journal, share them with a loved one over coffee, or even create a visual board that showcases these milestones. The essence lies in making a habit of acknowledging growth, reinforcing the belief that every step forward is worth celebrating. Public acknowledgement serves as an electrifying way to elevate personal achievements. When you share your goals and successes with others, you not only honor your journey, but also encourage a culture of recognition within your community. This could mean posting about your triumphs on social media, participating in group celebrations, or simply telling your friends and family about your latest accomplishment. Such gestures can inspire others to embrace their victories as well, while wrapping you in a supportive network of encouragement. It's a win-win situation where everyone gets to bask in the glow of personal success, creating a vibrant atmosphere that acknowledges and encourages growth. Consider integrating rituals of acknowledgement into your daily life by setting reminders to pause and celebrate your progress. Whether it's a quick mental note or a more elaborate ceremony with friends, make it a routine to check in with yourself. This ritual not only highlights achievements, but also fosters resilience. If setbacks occur, remind yourself of how far you've come. Celebrating progress doesn't just boost your spirits. It reinforces a mindset geared towards continuous growth and gratitude. Embrace these practices, for they will illuminate the path you travel, making every step along the way feel significant. Sharing your journey, inspiring others to be fearless. Sharing personal stories of courage holds a remarkable power to inspire, uplift, and even transform those who hear them. When we open up about our struggles and victories, we relay more than just facts. We delve into the raw, unfiltered emotions that accompany life's battles. These stories resonate deeply because they reflect universal themes: fear, hope, resilience, and the desire to overcome. Whether it's a tale of personal loss, a challenging journey through illness, or a bold leap into the unknown, each narrative serves as a beacon for others who may be grappling with similar fears and obstacles. Hearing about someone else's brave moments can invigorate our own spirit. It can remind us that we are not alone in our struggles and that fearlessness, while seemingly elusive, is within reach if we just dare to step forward. Creating platforms for storytelling within communities can significantly amplify this inspirational message. Local gatherings, online forums, workshops, or social media groups can all serve as fertile ground for these shared experiences. Imagine organizing community meetups where individuals are encouraged to share their courageous tales. perhaps even using a theme to guide discussions, such as overcoming fear or moments of bravery. By fostering an environment that feels safe and inclusive, you're not just allowing stories to be told. You're giving voice to those who might otherwise remain silent. Utilizing digital platforms can also be powerful. Podcasts, blogs, and social media can reach far and wide, touching lives beyond geographical boundaries. Encourage people to engage with your community storytelling initiatives by sharing their fears and victories in creative formats, whether through spoken word, video, or written blogs. The rich tapestry of diverse experiences woven together can inspire a wave of courage that reverberates through society. As you harness the art of storytelling, remember to emphasize connection over perfection. The most impactful stories are often the ones that reveal vulnerability and authenticity, inviting others to step into their own light. Consider setting a goal to share your journey or create avenues for others to share theirs. You might even encourage individuals to keep a fearless journal, where they document their own challenges and triumphs. This exercise can help people articulate their journeys while also solidifying their commitment to embracing fearlessness. Furthermore, consider sharing these raw and powerful stories widely, for there are many out there just waiting for a spark of inspiration to ignite their boldness. Chapter 15: Sustaining Courage Over Time. Lifelong learning, staying curious and brave. Continuous learning is a vital ingredient in cultivating courage. Every time we step outside our comfort zones, we are learning something new, whether it's a skill, a fact, or a different way of thinking. This pursuit of knowledge not only expands our understanding of the world, but also builds our confidence. When we tackle new challenges, we discover that the fear of the unknown can be conquered with knowledge and experience. Embracing continuous learning means we arm ourselves with the tools needed to face life's uncertainties head-on, transforming anxiety into excitement. It's like having an invisible cape. Every new fact or skill learned is a stitch in that cape, enhancing our bravery to take on what life throws our way. Additionally, curiosity acts as a fearless approach to life, encouraging us to explore unknown territories with an open heart and a questioning mind. When we allow ourselves to be curious, we adopt an attitude of adventure, where every experience, pleasant or challenging, becomes an opportunity for growth. Curiosity nudges us to ask why and how, leading us to new discoveries and insights. It's as if we become detectives in our own life stories, unraveling mysteries and piecing together the complex tapestry of existence. This courage to inquire and to seek can turn mundane moments into remarkable experiences, inspiring creativity and innovation in our lives. As you navigate through your journey, remember that every new skill you acquire or every perspective you consider enriches your life and the lives of those around you. Take a moment each day to learn something new, whether it's reading an article on a topic that intrigues you or engaging in meaningful conversations. The world is a vast place with much to teach, and curiosity fuels that excitement. So keep asking questions and facing the unknown with an open mind, for in that space lies a wealth of opportunities just waiting for your brave heart to seize them. Revisiting your fears, how they change over time. Periodic reflection on our fears can be both enlightening and transformative. It's easy to get bogged down in the daily grind, but taking a moment to assess the things that once terrified us allows us to see how they've shifted and morphed through our experiences. Maybe the fear of public speaking that once made you sweat bullets has turned into an opportunity for growth. Now, it could be a platform where your voice resonates. Fear thrives in the shadows, growing larger and more intimidating in our minds. But as we shine a light on these insecurities through honest reflection, we often discover they're not as vast as we imagined. Engaging with our fears regularly can help us understand that they're not fixed. They evolve as we do. Each experience, each new challenge adds layers to our understanding, allowing us to untangle the complexities of what scares us. Transforming our past fears into lessons is perhaps one of the most empowering shifts we can make. Think of every fear you've conquered as a stepping stone. Even if it was a stumble, it's part of the journey. The once daunting challenge of trying something new often becomes a favorite story to tell. Look back at those fears, maybe about failing at a job, an embarrassing romantic encounter, or that unshakable worry about not measuring up. Through reflection, these fears can reveal their true nature. They become lessons infused with wisdom. Each uncomfortable moment teaches resilience. Each setback becomes a story of determination. Rather than allowing fear to paralyze us, we can use it as a launching pad for future endeavors. Acknowledge what scared you and let those memories inspire you, propelling you forward with newfound courage. One practical tip to incorporate this reflective practice into your life is to keep a fear journal. Start by jotting down fears that arise in different situations. Over time, return to these entries and observe how your feelings about them change. This process not only charts your growth, but also provides insight into the themes and patterns of your fears. You'll likely notice that many fears are transient, losing their power over time, while others may require more attention. By identifying these trends, you can turn your fear reflection into a powerful tool for personal development, enhancing your ability to face future challenges with confidence. Creating a personal manifesto for courageous living. Writing a personal manifesto is like crafting a compass that guides you through the storms of life. It's your declaration of intention, a powerful statement of your commitment to live courageously. To begin, think of the values and beliefs that resonate most deeply with you. What does courage mean to you? Is it about standing up for yourself, pursuing your dreams despite fear, or embracing vulnerability in your relationships? As you write, allow your authentic voice to shine through. Make it personal. Infuse it with your passions and aspirations. You might start with phrases like "I am committed to" or "I choose to," and let your thoughts flow. The beauty lies in the freedom of expression, so don't hold back. Be bold. Embrace the emotions that come with it, because a manifesto without soul is just paper. Visualize your courageous self as you write. Let the words echo your desire for a braver life. As you capture your thoughts on paper, remember that this manifesto is not just a one-time activity. It's a living, breathing document that evolves with you. As you journey through life, your understanding of courage will shift, and so will your manifesto. It's essential to revisit and update your personal manifesto regularly. Schedule time to reflect, perhaps monthly or quarterly. Ask yourself questions like, have I faced my fears? What new challenges have I encountered? If you've conquered a fear or stepped outside your comfort zone, celebrate that growth and weave those experiences back into your manifesto. Feel free to revise previous statements that no longer resonate or include new aspirations that have emerged. This process not only reinforces your commitment to courageous living, but also keeps it vibrant and relevant as you evolve. Your manifesto should feel like a fitting outfit that grows with you, not something you outgrow and discard. Regularly refreshing your manifesto will deepen your self-awareness and strengthen your resolve to live courageously. With your manifesto in hand, the next step is to display it somewhere visible. Make it a work of art that you can see each day, a daily reminder of the courage you aspire to embody. Whether it's on your fridge, in your journal, or framed on your wall, let it inspire you to act boldly. And remember, courage is not the absence of fear, it's the decision to act despite it. So when challenges arise, revisit your manifesto, let it reignite your spirit, and motivate you to keep moving forward. Adding personal touches like affirmations or quotes that resonate with you can enhance its effectiveness. This not only makes it more engaging, but also serves as a source of motivation when doubts creep in. Your personal manifesto is a declaration of your unique path toward bravery. Embrace it, grow it, and most importantly, live it. Fear will always exist. It is a fundamental part of the human experience, a mechanism designed to protect us from danger. But the true question is not how to live without fear, but how to live courageously despite it. In The Fearless Brain, we have explored the roots of fear and courage, dissected the mechanisms of the mind, and examined how beliefs and habits shape our reality. More importantly, we've uncovered practical strategies to rewire your brain, allowing you to move from a state of reaction to a state of deliberate action. The path forward requires commitment. It demands that you not only learn these principles, but integrate them into your life, moment by moment, decision by decision. Mastering fear is not a one-time achievement. It is a lifelong practice of choosing courage over comfort, action over hesitation, growth over stagnation. You now have the tools to transform your relationship with fear, to see it not as a barrier, but as a bridge to your greatest potential. The only question that remains is, will you use them? Courage is a choice to step into uncertainty, to pursue dreams despite the risk of failure, and to trust that you have the power to create a reality that aligns with your deepest aspirations. So go forward with boldness. The path of the fearless is not one without challenges, but it is the path where growth, fulfillment, and true freedom lie. Thank you for embarking on this journey with The Fearless Brain, a book proudly written and published by Mindful Literary. May the courage you cultivate carry you forward, not just today, but every day that follows.